Hello and welcome to video 4 in this series, Adventures in Tapping on the Skeletone Tapper. It's been a couple of weeks since I did my last video because I've been really busy with gigs and things. I've been dying to get back to the tapper and I finally have. And I've got a new tune to show you this morning. Also a little modification that I've done to my tapper. So let's get started. So I hope you can see this, but I've actually put copper tape on some significant frets of my tapper. It's actually slug repellent tape which I've cut up. This was suggested to me by the manufacturer, and yeah, it works pretty well. It's quite easy to bend round the fret rails. So I've got it on the 5th fret, and on the 7th fret I've put an extra one in the middle just to sort of mark that up a bit. Hopefully the camera's picking it up. And then on the 9th, 12th doesn't need it because it's got a brass fret rail. Then I've got it on 15, 17, 19, and again 24 doesn't need it. Hopefully you can see I'll just angle it up just in case it didn't pick that up all right. So 5 both sides, 7 both sides and one in the middle, 9 both sides, 15, 17 and 19 both sides. And if you've got one of these, you want to do it yourself, what I did was I cut a centimetre strip off with a pair of scissors, and then I cut that in 2 exactly, and that gave me enough for the 2 ends, and it does show up pretty well. I did have rather unprofessional labels with numbers written on them before, which was a bit rubbish, so this looks a lot better, and it's definitely helping me find my way around the instrument. Yeah, the other thing I've been doing, which is a little bit strange, is that I found that if I put my right foot through the top of the keyboard stand, I hope you can see that. I'll just do it now and you'll see exactly why I'm doing this. Right, just careful you don't knock your instrument off the top of the stand. And then I find I can get right in and right over the top. You see, and then I'm there. So in this way, I'm now really on top of the work, really close to the instrument, and for the piece I'm going to play, which is sort of mainly at this end of the instrument, I find I've got a much better access. So that's a little tip you might want to try. Keep your left leg in the standard place on the outside of the X frame of the keyboard, but the right leg right through the middle. And actually it's a way of getting a bit closer to the work. Okay, so the piece I've been working on is the old Rolling Stones classic Paint It Black. This is a tune I've played on the guitar many times before, and I've also done a version of it on my cigar box guitar, which you can find on YouTube. But this is a version of it on the Skeletone Tapper. I've got my tapper plugged into my computer, which is over there. I'm using a software program called Reason, which is really good for the Mac, and you can get all kinds of effects and things and amp sims and things, and it's really good for that. Normally I would prefer to play through a big amplifier, but this morning it was just a bit quicker, so that's the sound you're hearing today, the tapper plugged into my Mac. So this is the simple tune. And you see I'm using that trick that I used in the last video, of playing quite flat fingered, isn't it? tune is played on the A and the D strings, and the bass is off the beat. So you've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and always on the and count. 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. And you've got the notes E and B. So you simply slot those bass notes in between the tune notes. And then you can simply do the same thing an octave higher. I'm going to use the G and the B strings now. Those tunes, it's very hard not to speed up on. You get quite excited with it. Notice there, different interval in terms of frets. Here it was 7, 9, 5, 7, and here it's 9, 11, okay, 8, 10. So, same bass of course. Now, for the second part of the tune, I did my usual trick of moving over to the bass set of strings. Here is that tune. Notice on the end of that I've got a little bit of double stopping. So I've got the 11th fret of those two strings, and then I've got 10 and 11 the same string. So I use fingers 1 and 2, and then round the other way. Now the bass, together. And that sounds pretty nice, doesn't it? So let's try and put that together for you now. So here's an idea for the ending, a bit like the record, a little double stop on the D and the A strings here. So I've got 5th fret of the D, 7th fret of the A, finger 1 on the D, finger 3 on the A, and just a little bit of sort of question and answer with that E note. We've got da 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 da. That's the idea of the timing. And then move the shape down a fret and change over to the note B, 2nd fret of the A string. Slide down and finish up on the 5th and 7th frets. Anyway, I'm really enjoying playing this instrument, as I'm sure you can tell. This, as I say, is my 4th video, and and I think this is a pretty good piece to play on the Skeletone Tapper, and if you want to try it at home, that's great. And it'd be nice to hear from other Skeletone Tapper owners to hear what you've been up to and what you've been playing. Anyway, that's it for this video, and I will see you next time.